Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And now I would like to bring up a creepy and spooky story that will accompany your lonely day. Maybe some of you have heard about this mysterious incident before, which is the Japan's SOS incident. This mysterious tragedy happened in Mount Asahi in Kaisetsu-zan National Park, Japan in 1989. And the story begins when the Hokkaido police did a search around the mountain to find two Tokyo men who went missing after mountaineering. And after the search, they found a giant SOS sign and they found the two missing people who were located not far away or around 2 to 3 kilometers north from the SOS sign. And the police believe that the SOS sign were made by the two people that they have rescued. But however, the two people didn't even know anything and didn't notice about the SOS sign. Well, that's strange. Could it be maybe there is still someone else who is still trapped around that area? So after this SOS incident, the next day, the Hokkaido police did another search around the area in case if there is still other victims around there. And from the second search, it leads that the police discover fragments of human bones that has traces of animal bites. And it appeared that some of the bones had been fractured prior to death. And in another position near to the SOS sign, the police also find a hole which had a backpack with 4 cassette tapes, a tape recording, also a pair of shoes of a basketball man's shoes. They also find a head skull and also a driver license belonging to Kenji Uemura, who was missing since 10 July 1984 after he went hiking to Mount Asahi. So on July 27, the police tried to turn on and play all of the tape recordings, all of the cassette recordings, and they found out that one of the recordings sounded of a voice of a young man shouting for help for around 2 minutes. And here's also the original voice that is expected to be Iwamura's.
The entire recording was SOS, I am stuck on this cliff. SOS, please help. I am where I first saw the helicopter. The Sasa is too deep. I cannot go back up. Please lift me up from here.
And in regard of the SOS incident, the Japan Forestry Agency and also the Japan Geographical Authority took out to see topographic map data used to find aerial photographs for several years before. And it was confirmed that the SOS sign was in an image of 20 September 1987. Well, that happened long ago or around 2 years before the two hikers were even rescued from the Hokkaido police. So if we think about it, how come the large SOS sign like the picture over here could just stay in the place like that? Meanwhile, it's made of birch trees, and Japan also has some seasons where it is windy, winter, and also rainy. But the sign still stays over there for several years later. So this became a mystery. And let's take a look and imagine the condition of Kenji Iwamura when he was at a place called Sesa. So as it was investigated, above the SOS sign, there is a slope where the Sasa dense grove grows eventually over there. So it is expected that Iwamura was on top of that slope and where he saw a helicopter passing by. But from what it was confirmed that it is quite hard to climb up from the SOS sign to the slope above. And if it was really him, the one who made the SOS sign, then why he did so much effort? Why not he just climb the slope and then he climbed a bit more? Because on top of the Sasa dance, there is a place called a fake safe rock, and near the fake safe rock, there's a large rock which is usually used for guidepost, nicknamed the safe rock. And if he arrived the safe rock, it would be easier for him to find the way back home. Although it's not also as easy as what it was explained. And moreover, the human bones that was founded and it was believed to be Iwamura's, it had been fractured before his death. So Iwamura was in a really serious injury before he even died. So let's say he was the one who made the SOS sign. Then how could he make such a huge sign? You know, the sign is very huge like the picture I've showed before. And we can even see it from on top of the mountain in a helicopter because it was made from 19 birch trees and each of the letters with length of 5 meters. And at that time too, he didn't even bring any sharp equipment such as an axe or a cutter to cut off some birch trees. So where did he got the birch trees from? And how come he made that SOS sign alone with a weak body? That sounds impossible. So from this investigation, the police still couldn't conclude it and find out who was the person behind the SOS sign. So this case was closed as a cold case or a long incident that still hasn't found a result. And well, from this tragedy, I've came up with 2 theories. The first theory is I think that the person who made the SOS sign was really Kenji Iwamura. Although it seems impossible, but try to think of it. If it was really him, then he made all that effort so he could survive and he yelled as strong as he can so people could notice him. But he ended up to die over there and not being noticed since years later. How pitiful. And the next theory is maybe it was really not Kenji Iwamura, the one who made the SOS sign. Maybe it was made by some pranksters who just want to make a prank on Mount Asahi. But it sounds doesn't make sense too because who wants to make such an effort just for a prank, right? Because the SOS sign is so big and it needs so many effort and also energy to make that sign. So I conclude that I would prefer the first theory because even though it seems really impossible, moreover, some of his bones had been fractured at the time. But, you know, who knows the real tragedy? Only Allah knows what really happened. And Allah said in the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not require any soul more than what it can afford. So if Allah says Kenji Iwamura can do it, then he can do it and nothing is impossible, right? So maybe that's all from me. Well, do you come up with other theories too? Then please comment in the comment chart below. Thanks for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.